Hi, my name is David Evans, and thank you so much for watching today's Minute in the Word. Today's discussion is being a shelter to the needy. Isaiah chapter 32 and verse 2 says, "Each man will be like a shelter from the wind and a refuge from the storm, like streams of living water in the desert and a shadow of a great rock in a thirsty land." Recently, I was in Israel and I was doing some desert hiking. End of May, beginning of June, very warm temperatures, typically 110, 112, 113 degrees. Very brutal hiking, many miles of desert and wind and sun. I was amazed how fast life can change. You can go from leaving your hotel perfectly healthy and happy, and you start out across the desert, and within minutes and up to an hour, you are feeling like you're going to die. My Christianity, I've often viewed myself as seeking God's shelter, of pursuing the shade of God, or pursuing the living water of God, or the refuge from the storm. I didn't really view this verse as it reads. When I was there, we did a hike into the springs of En-Gedi. Very cool water in the backside of a desert. It's just there as springs coming out of the ground. 2,000 some springs make up these springs. And you're hiking through the desert, and we were hiking quite a few miles, and then around the corner, and there's this waterfall. At that point, I realized that just as God is our springs of living water, we, each man, us, are supposed to be streams of living water to other people in the desert. This verse talks about being a refuge from the storm. To be a refuge for somebody, that pretty much means that the storm is beating against you and you are protecting them. It says a shelter from the wind. That means that you are standing in the wind's path. It means streams of living water in the desert. That means you have to be providing for people in the desert. That means you are in the desert. It also says a shadow of a great rock in a thirsty land. When the sun is beating down in the desert, that means you are out in the sun providing shade for others. I don't like this verse. It's a rough verse. It means I have to be in the desert to provide this for the needy. However, this may be the only opportunity for people to see Christ in action. By us being an oasis for somebody in the desert, they see Christ. And through us, we can give them the example of Christ and lead them to Christ. The next verse in Isaiah chapter 32 says, "And then their eyes will be open, and their ears will be able to listen to the truth." When we are an oasis for the needy, they then can see Christ. This has been a Minute in the Word. Thank you so much for watching.